everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna tell you my top 5 books of 2020. It's only mid-December, so I still plan on reading some more books. So there is a slight chance that there's gonna be some other books that I'm gonna love that are not on this list. I'm pretty sure about the choices that I made, and I don't really think there's gonna be anything I like more. I swear my cat is the most annoying cat ever, but okay. So let's just get into the books. Also, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm wearing a little Christmassy sweater just because it's super cute. And you can see our Christmas tree in the back. Yeah, I'm just super excited about like all the Christmassy things. But okay, let's get into the video. So my ultimate favorite book of 2020, and now one of my favorite books of all time, is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I just love this book so much. I want to reread it so bad, but it's so big and there's so many other books I should be reading, so I'm not gonna reread it yet for a while, but I love this so much. The Night Circus was already like one of my favorite standalones in general, and this is just like, it's so much better and I just love it so much more, and it's just amazing. It's about books and cats, and like there's nothing better than that, right? I can't think of anything better than that. So yeah, this is basically half of it is set at like, maybe not even half, but like part of it is set in a university setting. It follows Zachary, and he's at university, and then he finds a weird book, and the book has like a part of his life in the book, and so he gets really confused. And then basically from there he just starts following like kind of clues or something like that that lead him to this like magical library-ish thing, and it's so amazing. And there's like short stories within this book, and it's just amazing. It's just like, I just love it. I don't think there's any book that I love more than this one. To be honest, it's just so amazing. Like, and the writing is phenomenal. If you've read Night Circus, you already know that Erin Morgenstern's writing is just so pretty, but like, this is so amazing. At the same time, you've probably all heard about this book, so I don't know why I keep rambling about it, because like you all know and you don't care, or you feel the same, but then I mean you already know. But anyway, I just can't not ramble about this book. I love it so much. Then the next book on my list, which is not even just one book, it's like a whole series of 3 books so far, and I don't have the physical copy because I listened to it on audiobook, but that's the Pages & Co series, and the first one is called Tilly and the Book Wanderers, and I've talked about it before, but this series, it's so cute and just heartwarming, but also like there's mystery and just intrigue, and it's just so amazing. It's a middle grade, and as you might know, I've been loving middle grade so much, and it's like 99% because of this series. I just love it so much. And yeah, Tilly is just an amazing main character. Oscar is an amazing, like, also technically not really main character because it's written from Tilly's point of view, but like I count him as a main character basically. He's like Tilly's best friend, and he's so amazing. I love him so much, and I just love the story so much, and I love the whole family dynamic, and I love the whole setting. It's basically, if you don't know, it's about Tilly who lives with her grandparents in a bookshop. Like, the grandparents own a bookshop and they just live next to it. So they basically spent lots of time in this bookshop. That's a very long way to say that there's a bookshop in the book, but anyway. And then Tilly finds out that she can do something called book wandering, which basically means she can go inside books and like she can talk to her favorite characters and stuff like that, and it's just so amazing. Like, Like, oh my god, like if I could do that, I would never complain about anything else in my life. That's just so amazing. That's just so great. And I just, I don't even know what else to say about this book because I don't want to like spoil things, but basically it's about people that can go inside of books. That's all you need to know. And then there's a whole mystery and like, I don't know, bad guys and like just things happening, you know, how a typical book goes. But it's just so amazing, and it really just feels like a warm hug, or I don't know, it's just the perfect book to read while you're drinking like hot chocolate or tea if you prefer, or even coffee. Anyway, just something warm, and preferably with a fireplace or like candles, and it's just the perfect book to like snuggle up with and just delve into the story. And it's just so amazing, and I love it so much. And I really can't choose between the 3 books which one is my favorite, which is why I put the whole series here, but it just counts as one book because otherwise there would only be 2 books left for the rest of the list, and that doesn't seem like a very good idea. So yeah, just if you like middle grade, and even if you don't or you've never read middle grade, please give it a chance. It's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Then the next book on my list is Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. I read this in, I don't really know, I think maybe August or September, something like that. Anyway, it's the perfect spooky book. So technically, if you're watching this and you haven't read it yet, I would say wait until like autumn next year, maybe, if you're really into reading like atmospheric and like themed books, which I absolutely do. Yeah, I would say read it then. But this is absolutely amazing. Look at this stunning cover. It's so pretty. I love it. I love the character art, and it just, oh, it's so pretty. The colors are so pretty and like autumnal with the like muted dark greens and the dark red and the yellow gold-ish color. It's amazing. I love it. And basically this book is about Yedro, who's a trans boy, and basically he's a I don't really know how to pronounce it. I think it's like brujo or something. I might be totally mispronouncing that. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna read through the little flap because I don't know how to really explain it very well in my own words. But basically it's about a boy that summons a ghost and then needs to find a way to get rid of him. And there's like love, and it's just so pure. But I'll just quickly read through the thing just so that it makes a little more sense. It says, when his traditional Latinx family has problems accepting his gender, Yedro becomes determined to prove himself a real brujo. With the help of his cousin and best friend Maritza, he performs the Quinces ritual himself and then sets out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin Miguel and set it free. However, the ghost he summons is actually Julian Diaz, the school's resident bad boy, and Julian is not about to go quietly into death. He's determined to find out what happened and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. Left with no choice, Yedro agrees to help Julian so that they can both get what they want. But the longer Yedro spends with Julian, the less he wants to let him leave. It's just, I love it so much. So it's there's just lots of queerness, and it's about a trans boy and gay people, and like everything's gay and magical and wonderful, and yeah, it's actually pretty spooky. Like the ending had me pretty scared, to be honest. So yeah, I really would say it's the perfect book for like around Halloween, and it's just amazing. There's magic. The themes of the book are a little dark, and like it's just absolutely amazing. I love this book so much, and I highly recommend that you read it. Like ASAP, but also for Halloween, but also ASAP. Then the next book I have on my list is another bit of a darker, more autumnal Halloween-y book, but I guess you could read it any time of the year, but it just has these dark themes that I feel like go perfect with autumn. And that's If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This book, you guys. This book. I was so excited to read this, and I really loved it a lot, and I just loved the themes of it, and I loved how kind of dark it is, and like it's very psychological and pretty complicated, to be honest. Like, people's minds work in weird ways. But anyway, this book follows Oliver, who just came out of prison after 10 years for a crime that we don't know if he committed it, but he was in prison for it. And he basically explains to the officer of the case what happened 10 years ago, because they never actually figured it out. And so there's the timeline in the right now where he's talking to the officer and stuff and explaining the story, and there's the timeline of what actually happened, and it's amazing. And in the timeline of what happened, so like 10 years ago, Oliver is basically at an elite university, conservatory is what it says, and he's a Shakespeare actor. So all they do at school is act Shakespeare. And there's just this group of friends, I guess, that are also Shakespeare actors. They're all in the same class, and basically some things go down between them. People die. And it's just, I don't know how to explain this, but it's just so amazing. Like, it's really pretty dark, and it's not some easy story to read. I think it's an adult book. I'm like mostly sure it's an adult book. I never know like how people categorize things like that. Like, is it literary fiction? What does literary fiction mean? Like, isn't any fiction literary? I don't know, but I feel like this might be that, but maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Anyway, it's just absolutely amazing. I love this so much. It's super dark. It's not like you really like any of the characters. I don't think they're meant to be liked, but at the same time you do like them, but like you also kind of hate them, and it's just super twisted, and it's amazing. And it's very much dark academia, if that's something you're into. And yeah, it's just amazing. I love this so much. Then the last book on my list is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and I don't really like have a favorite out of the 3 volumes that are out so far, but basically just the Heartstopper comic in general, and it's just amazing. It's so like, it's such a different kind of story compared to the one I just explained, but this is so soft and cute, and it's just, it's like eating marshmallows with sprinkles. This book is amazing. Like, if you ever feel bad and you need something to cheer you up and you feel like reading, read Heartstopper. It's the softest story I've ever read in my life. And it's also a comic / graphic novel, I guess. So it's just illustrations throughout the whole book, which is just amazing. I love Alice's art. I love Alice's writing style. I love all of Alice's books. Alice Oseman is literally like probably my favorite author. I just love this. This basically is about Charlie, who's in, I don't know really how to explain that. I don't know the UK school system, but like, I think he's around like 15 maybe 14 in the first one, around 14, 15. Anyway, Charlie, and he meets this boy in one of his, I think it's like his homeroom class or something like that. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I think so. He meets this boy named Nick, and they become friends, and then they might become something more, and it's super soft, and it's like gay and super cute, and there's like themes of like bullying, and also, trigger warning, it also goes into eating disorders, but I think it's like in the later volumes. yeah, there's also some bullying. Some like homophobia is involved in the story. It's also about Nick, who is basically figuring out whether he likes boys or not. So it's about like discovering that you're bisexual, and it's amazing. Like, it goes into really important topics and discusses them really well, but it still stays super soft, super sweet, absolutely amazing. And this cover is so pretty. I love all the different ones together. They all have such pretty covers, and the spines all have different colors, and it's just absolutely amazing. I love this so much. And you can read it in I read it in like 1 hour. I'm pretty sure there's people who can read it faster, but I read it in 1 hour, and it's just amazing, and I love it so much. And I'm super, super, super excited for the 4th volume to come out and to read it, and it's just so amazing. I love it so much. I love Alice Oseman, and I love Nick and Charlie, and I'm so happy. I love this so much. So that's all the books on my list. I hope that you like this video. If there's any of these books that you also liked, or that are also maybe on your like top 5, top 10 list for this year, please let me know in the comments. And I love books, and I love these books, and I feel like I had a pretty good reading year. Like, I feel like I've read a lot of books that I really liked a lot, and so it was pretty hard to choose 5, to be honest. But I didn't read that many books, so I also didn't want to go for like 10, because that's like half the books I read. But yeah, so I'm just super happy with all the books I've read, and I'm super happy that I read all of these, because they really made my life so much better. They made my 2020 so much like easier. It was still shit, but it was slightly better because of these books. I at least enjoyed my time while I was reading them, and they're just amazing. So I highly recommend any of these books. Please let me know what your favorite books were, if there are any others that I should check out. Feel free to leave them in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!